Alright guys, so today I'm going to do a review. This is an old time capsule review. I just pulled these out. I just posted the video yesterday on YouTube. And this is the Power Ranger Samurai line for the American version. Or Shiken Ranger in Japan. So we're going to be reviewing the Samurai Zords, the Shark Zord, the Bull Zord, the Claw Zord, the Swordfish, the Octazord, the Tiger Drill Zord, and the Beetle. So let's get these reviews going. So let's take a look right here. Let's start with the intro. Okay. We're gonna review these later on in the thing. So to begin with, starting after the RPM story, after the Vengeance virus was taken care of, years later we had new monsters that came out, and new monsters, and this was done years ago. These were the lines of the Samurai Rangers, and the descendants. Hold on. So I was saying, this was done in the Samurai time. Evil monsters named Nilox came in there, and they decided to start flooding Earth with this river. So these descendants of the original Samurai Rangers, who was a clan, would be their children or their brothers or sisters, whoever it's called. They were chosen to become the Power Ranger Samurai. Well, to begin with, the descendants right now, there were 5 different Rangers, and they started with their folding Zords, which are these 5 characters. In this set, we got a bear, a turtle, a lion, an ape, and a dragon. So let's get this looked at. Okay, we're going to start with the first character. Let's bring it out. We're going to start with a turtle. Turtle belonged to the Pink Zord, the Pink Ranger, and the symbol was for wind. And this is pretty much the second turtle type Zord that they've ever done in the Power Ranger series. And they had the turtle as Tor back in Mighty Morphin, but they decided to make this into a different mold. Tor was a big old green brick for the season 2. He was a carrier Zord pretty much, but this one's different than that character. You could take this character right here, and this is the only one in the 5 lines of the American set that ever turned it to its emblem. You'd flip it upside down, pop it open. Fold it up like this. This is hinged, so it comes down. Pop his head in like this. There's one thing about these. Hold on. One thing I hate the most. The little pieces pop up. And then you hinge it together and connect it together, and it becomes only an emblem. The turtle was the only one in the set that did it. The bear doesn't, the lion doesn't, the ape, and the dragon. They don't do it. So we can take Mr. Yeah. Take Mr. Turtle and then set it back up. We can bring out the ape. The ape Zord is the next thing in the set. This was the Yellow Ranger Zord. And so on. The ape Zord is not the very first ape that's ever been in the Power Ranger series. We did have an ape Zord in a couple ape Zords if you count it. The ape was in Power Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Season 3. And then they did a humanoid ape for the Shogun Zord in Power Rangers 3 also. Yeah, these ape. And then you had, going down, you had the Conga Zord. And he was next thing. Now this guy right here, he doesn't fold up to do anything. He just becomes an arm. Nothing. Come down here and we can pop him on. He belonged to the Yellow Ranger, who was Emily. And I believe her sister was going to be the Samurai Yellow Ranger. But things were changed differently and she became it. Let's go through the thing again. Hopefully my camera doesn't mess up like this again. So now we had the third Zord, who was the Dragon Zord. And this is not the only dragon they've ever done in the series. The whole Power Rangers timeline. The first series was done with... First one was the Green Ranger's Dragon Zord. And then they went down and they did more of a dragon, another dragon type Zord. Serpentera. He was a big old lung dragon. And when they, going down the line more, when they did the Mystic Zords, they had a dragon in that also. So pretty much saying this is pretty much the fourth dragon they've ever done in the series. This belonged to the Blue Ranger. who was a swimmer named Kevin. And he was the son of the original Blue Ranger. He was his son. This one right here, this dragon right here, now it doesn't have it colored, but together it's the symbol of water. It's all it does is become a leg. And then for its tail, you stick on the saber. You stick the sword. He's carrying the helmet for the Samurai Megazord when we'll get ready to form it together. He will be more talked about later on in the series. More in the videos. The video. So putting him together, we have together, I'm going to stop for a second. Alright guys, so the next thing we have is the Green Bear Zord. And this belonged to a person called Mike. And this bear was formed to be the forest. This is not the first time they've ever did a bear Zord. Yeah, I know these things right here, he splits apart and everything. This is not the first time they ever did a bear Zord. They first did they did a bear Zord in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it belonged to the Yellow Ranger Aisha. And then going down the series, they had a humanoid bear that was done for the Shogun Zords. Going down more into the series line, they had two more bears. And it was the Polar Bear and the Black Bear Zord for Wild Force. But I'll be getting those I will be doing the video probably in the future about those. Now if you go down more in RPM, they had an RV that was shaped like a bear. It was a bear cub. I believe there's a couple more bears down the line. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the green Zord. When it folds up, it becomes a square. But the American versions never do it. Like I said, the American versions never did. It just becomes a leg in the American version. It's one thing about Bandai America that I did not like about them. They did not have the gimmicks like they did in the show. Bringing it down, we got the Red Lion. The Red Lion Zord was brought a couple other times. In Lost Galaxy, they had a Galactic Beast Lion Zord. But some people said that it was a bear. Yeah. Then you had down the road, going down, you had the Red Lion Zord for Wild Force. And I believe there's a couple other bears too. I'm not sure. But this one belongs to This belongs to the series. This belongs to the Red Samurai Ranger, or Jaden. He was the son of. He was the son who was split up with his sister. I believe they were split. He was the son who had more different things, more abilities than the other ones did. He was able to be more cunning with swords and stuff than the rest of the other Rangers were. And that was Jaden. But for all these Zords together, we had to have a samurai. We had to have a Megazord form. As I was saying, the Megazord form, all 5 of these Zords were different together, and they formed the Megazord. Now, in this Japanese series, they would also form a tower, but they were in emblem mode. And all the Rangers who were in there would get in there together. They put the emblems down and write a symbol. But these and then these Zords right here would be folded out of the thing. These characters were able to move around. These characters right here were able to move around and move around and go on little scope missions, help the Rangers out or something. So, yeah, let's start forming this. Now, let's look right here. Start with Mr. Bear. You take it, these things right here, these bears, fold his legs up like this. He'd be like this, push him up. And then you get a leg. That's where the little port plugs in. The leg is ready. Come here to the dragon. Yes. Give me a second. The tail pops off. So let's pop the tail out of the socket. Yep. The tail's out. It becomes a sword. Press this little gray button. The helmet comes out. And finally, take this right here. Click it together. Like so. And it becomes the other foot. I will be right back. Yeah. So now, next thing is we'll take, I'm not going to do the middle first yet. We're going to take this turtle right here. Going to have this turtle coming right here. He's going to split them open, like so. Just going to split them open. Take his feet, like so. Take his head, like so. And then we're gonna twist his hand. We're gonna twist his arm 180 degrees. And it becomes an arm. Bring Gorilla in. We're gonna take this. Just fold them up. You have to move them together. Click them together. And he becomes an arm. Now, we take Lion. Flip him over. He's got these pegs on his legs. Pop his legs in. like so. Take his... It's a little tight though. Pop his legs, take his legs, pull them in here like this. They got these little pegs right here that click. And finally, fold them like that. Now, we're going to do some plugging in. Take green. Take green right here. Take that peg, right, that little section right there, that's a peg. It's a little port. Take that leg right there, and lock it in. Like so. And there he's got a leg. Next, you do with that, the dragon has the same thing like that too. Just take the leg, plug them in. And now he's standing. Take his arm right here and plug it in there like that to form his arm. And then we're going to plug the other arm in there like so. And now we got 4 of the pieces connected together. We're going to need to take right here, he's got a head that comes out. Come here to his leg, his piece. Fold his head in, his little helmet. Just lock it into place. And we got the Samurai Megazord. Kind of small, kind of dopey for one, but this is just how he is. And then let's get a good look at his sword. You got the turtle on here. You got the ape. You got the bear. We got a dragon in it. And we got a lion. And that's the same on each side. You can take it and you can just plug it. You can do 2 things. You can have it sheathed right there in this. You can have it sheathed. These little grommet pieces are like sheaths. Like he's getting ready to sheath it. Or you can take his arm, stick it up in the air, and then just, stick it on there like he's getting ready to fight. He's a big... Yeah. He's not too bad. Not too bad of this and everything. He's different. Let's see, let's turn him around here. Oh, we got us a port back here. He's got a little backpack thing on there. Now, those are done. Those are used for layer combinations. Those are used for layer combinations to put them on there. The Japanese version had a disc. It had a little black disc. And so on. But these right here, you could take, these would fold up right here and be used as an attack. Kind of a crazy transformation. But that's pretty much Samurai Megazord. Alright guys. So now we had 3 going on with the Samurai Megazord done. There were 3 more Zords that came out. And they all had different quests out there to make. To get. So in the set, in these 3 right here, these were the Battle Wing Zords. We had a Beetle, a Swordfish, and a White Tiger. And they all were auxiliary Zords for Samurai Megazord. Doing this, looking at this, there were 3 different ways. They all had 3 different discs inside. And they all were, in these discs were these 3 Zords. So let's get a good look at which one. We're going to start with Mr. Beetle. Yep, this was an auxiliary Zord that came around. It rolls. It rolled on camera. Its pinchers came up. It had pinchers. It was a Hercules Beetle pretty much. I think it was a Hercules Beetle. But this one was able to come around when it moved. Its head turned. Get a good look at this guy. And they all became pieces of a specific piece. Let's get a look at this guy. We got good old black, orange, and silver, white technique. It rolls. It rolls on these little wheels on the top. Press the wheels. The head spins 360 degrees. Faster you go, it makes it look like its head's turning. And we had specific reasons while this was here. So give me a minute. Alright guys, so now here's, as I was saying, this thing had a gimmick. This was able to combine with Samurai Megazord. In the original form, the Japanese form on this, it had more of a technique. You would take it, you take the head off like this. Take his head off. Yeah, gotta be careful because this thing is so old that I still gotta remember. Take his head off, like so. Come here, flip Beetle around, and that would create like a handle. This was done so differently. Now, we're going to bring in our Samurai Megazord together like this. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to plug this Beetle piece to create like a shield. Create a shield in his hand. Perfect. Take his helmet off. This is what it was. Come right here to the Megazord. These things pop off very... Hold on. Alright, as I was trying to say, the head of the Beetle becomes a helmet. And then you got the Beetle Blaster Megazord. Get a good look at this guy. Not much. Just kind of a dorky looking combination. It's just acts like a shield. Ram the claw head. The claw right here becomes... This becomes another part for another combination I'll show a little on. Yeah, not much. So let's go on. This one right here had a formation for all the... This one had a formation for so on. Yeah. This one was done so on. They had a story. Basically, they found... The Beetle Disk was found, and later on in one of the episodes, they decided to pop it open, and this beetle pops out. Gave it more of ability. This thing was able to be on there. Now this is the American form. The American form was a lot different than this. The Japanese form was a lot different than this. The Beetle would be on top of here. And so on. But that was Bandai America. That was Bandai America. You can take the head, close it up. At least one thing on the show that they did for the gimmick was you can open up the head like it does in the show. And surprise, it's the Megazord helmet. It's a Shogun, pretty much, with a Beetle type. So yeah, let's take it off. I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to put this aside. Gotta be really careful with these because these are about 10 years. These are a little over 10 years old. Put helmet back. Put his helmet on. And then we put the Beetle right there. Put the Beetle right there. Now we can bring in Swordfish. You got the Swordfish Sword, which was the very first swordfish that they ever did in the show. This one had a different thing. They found out that there was a combination. They found out that this was like this. This was out there. They found. So Blue Ranger decides to go out and he's going to go look for this swordfish to go catch it. And when that does, he catches it and they automatically give him the Swordfish Disk. This would be your Swordfish Disk right here. Well, it's not completely a disc. It's all wonky and stuff. In the Japanese form, this disc would have been combined. These would be able to be opened up, and so on. This had a different Megazord form. So, yeah. Swordfish got in there, and it had a Megazord form. This is what you do. You take him, pull his head off. We'll pull his head off right now. That becomes a helmet. Take the Samurai Zord out of the Samurai Megazord's hand, and let's bring it over here where I can show you. Right here in this square cavity, you plug your sword by the handle, plug her in. It becomes like a spear. Take your monkey off. Come here to your Samurai Megazord, and then we take our monkey off. Just pop her off. Okay? There's a purpose why you take the head. This is why you take the head off. The thing. Now, like the Zord Builder port, this has a port right here too, inside. And this connects together. You just take it, plug her in. As I was saying before I hit the button down there, you plug her in. So on. What does the head do? Pull off Samurai Megazord's head. This becomes a helmet. Take the spikes up here. That comes on there. May have it. Let's see. Let's put it right here and let's also take off up on top the spear. Its nose becomes a sword. And then you got, and this is your Samurai Fencer Megazord. Yeah, the American version. Samurai Fencer Megazord. That's the difference between that. This had different versions. This was a lot different in the show. Now, I have never really sit down and watched Shikinger, so I don't know what it looked like in the show. But in the American version, that's what it did. Yeah. So this was more of a fencer type. More kind of like an arm, but a spear. yeah. Take it off right here and let's stop this for a second. Bring in our next one. This is the final connection in the Zord. We're going to bring out this. The Tiger Zord. And our White Tiger Megazord. And our White Tiger Zord. And there were probably about, if I remember, there were about 4 Tigers types in Power Rangers. The original White Ranger Tiger. Oh, we all know who the White Tiger Zord. We had, down the road, we had Wild Forces Tiger. Wasn't the best. And then we had a Tiger Jet. We had a jet that was in the shape of a tiger for RPM. And now this is the 4th Tiger. Oh, wait a minute. I'm missing one too. We had a Red Tiger for... We had a Red Tiger for Jungle Fury. So this one was... I almost forgot that one too. This one had this one right here was one that Jane's freed. I'm just putting it right here. Jane, the Red Ranger, freed this one. We got... Put these back. Put this guy back in form. I'm just starting way behind. Bear with me. Yeah, here we go. This was the White Tiger that they did for Jungle, for this one. And so on. This one was very fierce in the show. But it had a few different gimmicks and forms. Let's see. Nice black. White with black accents and gold accents. These would have been silver for the drill. But these are like a grayish silver. Just a normal tiger. But it all had a gimmick too. This dude right here, you would take it like this. You take it like this, put it on the ground because it had a wheel like this, and you go around and have them battle, have them going down the road to battle. But it also had a gimmick with Samurai Megazord. It had 2 different gimmicks of it. It had 2 different gimmicks. Gimmick 1. Over here. We're gonna take the tail off, like so. We're going to take the helmet off, like so. So, there's a little peg right here on the gold. You would plug it right here in this little peg in his picture. You plug it in, like that. Take this right here. Remember that thing in the back of Samurai Megazord? That's what it does. It's a connector. Take these right here rotate them 180 degrees. Like that. And there's these little eye clips. These little eye clips right here. Those eye clips plug into here. Take it with those clips right there, and I'm gonna I just took the helmet off. Give me a few seconds to do this. Your poster. Oh, here we go. You take the little, I forgot, you have to take the little legs off. These little pegs on the side of the Megazord, the reason why they have them like these. You just, there's these little plugs right here. And you just plug these together into connection here. Like that. Take the helmet off of the Samurai Megazord. And you just set it right here. Set it right there on his head. And now you got your Tiger Drill Megazord. The Japanese form was a little bit more different than this. Instead of them having them on the sides, you'd have them plugged both here on the sides of the head. That was the Japanese form. But this one was able to drill right into the monsters that they were fighting and destroy them. Now, there's a reason why they recreated these Zords. Let's take the head off. I'm going to take everything back off of it first. Plug her back together, huh? I'm going to just plug everything back together. We're going to take that. Now, there's a reason why they created... I'm just going to keep this together. There's a reason why they created the Beetle Zord, the Tiger Zord, and the fish, and the other Zord. These three pieces could combine, and this is how you would do it. Number one, come to Beetle. You're gonna take two things apart on him. Number one, see this right here? Pull her off. So, And then you take this right here. You take both legs off of the Beetle. We're going to put it like that. We're going to basically strip him down to nothing. Basically we kill Beetle. Now, this plugs this leg right here. It's going to plug right here into this black piece, if I remember right. Let's see if I can get it. Yep, like that. And what the purpose is for it, this is what it does. Come here to Swordfish. Bring Mr. Swordfish in. We're gonna do a few things of him. His tail pops off, and it's for a reason. We're gonna take other leg. We're gonna take the other Beetle leg. So he would be like this. And take his other Beetle leg, and we'll plug her right here in its. Right here. Okay. Now, combine right here where I'm looking at. There's a reason. There's a reason why there's two plugs on his back, on his head side, and the rear. We're gonna take these ports because they both have these Megazord ports. Click them together. We're starting to make something. Okay. Now, we can do this right here. We're going to take a tail because the tail has a reason why it's like that. Plug his tail onto here. There's a little grommet right here. There's a grommet right here. We're making this a Samurai Battle Wing Megazord. Samurai Battle Wing. Now we got a bird, pretty much. We're almost done with this transformation right here. Come here to the head. Pull the crest off of his head. There's a little port right here on top of his head. On there. There's a little port back here. We're gonna take the little gold tail, connector together, and we got till we get something like this. And now we'll take that head to that black port. There we go. We got the Samurai Battle Wing. And this sword right here was able to go around, fly around, and drill into people and stuff like that. But it had a reason why. There were a few reasons why these pieces were like this. Yeah, they can combine with the Samurai Megazord. To get the formation ready, we're gonna pull the legs off of here. Pull the legs off of that. Pull both legs off of that. Plug them back into the port. And connect them together. Like so. Like that. Kind of like when you did that formation for that one. Take Samurai Battle Wing. Take Samurai Battle Wing like this. We're gonna connect that thing back together on the ports. Like so. Like that. Take the tiger head. Like that. Pop them on. And then you can put the sword, you can just put the sword back in his hand. And then we got the Samurai Battle Wing Megazord. It's a crazy looking combination, kind of a wacky combination. But the character was able to fly up there and slash up in the air and attack. He was able to spin around, bring the drill in. But there were more wacky combinations in this series. Yeah. Pop this in. And I'll bring you the next part of the series. I'll bring you the next part. Alright guys. So now, since we got this, we're gonna take him apart. So give me a few seconds. And we'll go to the next part. I'm gonna keep the samurai about. I'm gonna keep the stuff all situated in the transformation for right now. This is for a reason. So we're just gonna put that right there. Put the bow wing. I'm gonna take the bow wing off and put him back together. Put him back to the other side. Because I want to bring in the next part. Take the Tiger Zord off. Transfer it all back into this place. So likely, knowing that Power Rangers had more of a series going on, they decided to bring back another transformation. And this time they decided to release. They brought in a 6th Ranger named Antonio, and he decided to bring a couple new Zords. And so we're gonna do the first one that was released, and I have it right here. Octazord. Yep, an Octazord. This guy was something. Yep, just an Octazord. We got all white with some purple, some gold, some green, and some silver and black accent. But there was... This one right here was another character that was able to be transformed. Let's put him back in. Let's do him in transformation form. He's got these legs that fold up like this. And he's able to go. He's able to be transformed. You fold the legs up like that. And then oh. Let's see. Yeah. You'd be able to transform and be used in a transformation. Yeah. Put him down on the side and he's able to be pushed to the side. They decided to bring him in, and he's been able to be used with a couple of combinations. You can combine him with Samurai Megazord, and let's do the transformation. We're gonna take him and we're gonna pull him. We're gonna pull his legs off. Just stripping them down. You got them in 3. This is all you do. You get them in 3 pieces. You just take them apart. And so on. It's got a little. This would be like his little mouth over there. This is why you have a combination between him. He's able to do a few things. I believe the Japanese form was electronic. I don't remember. I don't remember that. So we're going to do some transformations to him. We're going to first start right here. We're going to first start right here. We're going to pull these legs open. Like that. Pull this little X piece right here. This little 3-piece on right here. Take it. There's a little plug right here. Pulled out like so. All right, guys. Here we go. Take this, and there's a reason why this is squared. In the Megazord's hand, there's a little square port. I'm just going to put it right here for a second. There. So on. Now, come right here to over here, and you notice there's a little clip right here that clips into that. I'm gonna put it right here. Clip it there. Clip it right there. Now, remember that? Yeah, the head got knocked off. Remember that piece that sticks out in the back? You would flip the Megazord around. I'm gonna put it right here. And oh, that piece connects together. We're gonna connect it like this. Think you connect it like that. Maybe. Ah. Uh-huh. Perfect, guys. And then you get your Samurai Megazord with the Octazord Kit connected together. Weird. It's a weird combination. Yeah. This would, I believe these had rockets that shot out and shot lasers out and everything at the opponent. This would be right here to protect. That would spirit. Kind of a goofy transformation. You know? All these pieces do one thing. Now, they did have one other Zord that did come out. And I'll get to it as soon as I get to it in a few seconds. With the Octazord, the Bellowing Zord, the Samurai Megazord, there weren't many Zords out there anymore. But they decided to up the ante and bring something bigger. Let's bring him in. This is one of the biggest characters in the Zord line. This is a massive one. They had to bring in something bigger. And it's the Octazord. This was a mean one. This thing was huge. I mean, let me flip it around here. Thing is huge. And I know it did have electronics in the Japanese one. It had lights and sounds and everything. But it had different combinations. And it had 4 different combinations that went through all the parts of the compass. Let's transform it into its first mode. With the Claw Megazord, let's turn him into the Claw Megazord South. So let's get a good look at this character. Yeah. I want to take a look on here. Yeah, just a big old crustacean. Nothing special. So we turn it south. So we're gonna we're going to take this little, I'm going to take this right here, it's a little old. I don't want to break this thing. Take his crest, right here. Right here. Take that, like that. Turn it 360 degrees. Not 360, but come right here to his legs. Stand him up. I'm gonna pop his head off. Pop the lobster head off. We're going to turn that right there. Take his head off. These become swords. We're going to take right here. Hold up. Alright. I am... Okay. Now. Take his claws. Take these claws right here. So on. Come right here. Like that, I believe. Okay, guys. Take this right here. Put these up like that. Put these like that. Alright, now. Remember the lobster head? Remember the lobster head? You can take it apart. Like so. That. Turn it over. And they become on here, they become swords. You can put both swords on here. Plug them into the Megazord hand, like that, like that, and then we had inside the cockpit. He was able to spin it around, but and there's about 4 faces right here. And I believe that was south. Yep, that was south. It was kind of a different Megazord back then. And I believe you would also stick... No, I don't really put it on there, but I'm just gonna stick it on there for a second. You don't have to put it on there. You don't have to put it on there like so, but I'm just gonna put that little crest thing right there on the back of it. Yeah, this thing had twin slashing swords. This little tri-piece right here had lit up. And it had different formations. This was one of them. This was one of them. Now, when it got difficult, it could also be turned into something different. we can flip him up and he'll go, we'll go west now. So, hold on. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go west. First of all, let's come right here in the back of him. Pull that crest. It's off his, basically a butt plate now. Put it right there for a second. Okay. I'm gonna take these swords off here. Little swords. Open them back up. Okay. Open those up like that. Come right here. Put it right here. Let's see. I wish I had a tripod over here to do this. Take these back. Like that. Remember these swords right here? Right here, there's wonder how do you one thing about it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Still trying to figure it out. There's gotta be a way to put these on here. Oh. Gotta be a way to put these on here. I don't remember. But the idea is to get this the idea kind of is behind this idea. Trying to get it to fit on there, but it's just kind of a no. Shoot, how do you get these lock on here? I know you're supposed to put them on here like this, but dang it. No, you're supposed to put them on here like this. How in the world do you get these guys on here? The one thing about this transformation that still eludes me today. I'm gonna stop this video and figure it out. Okay then, now I figured it out. The legs have these little ports and I wasn't looking quick enough. I was trying to plug them into here. Oh well, let's plug them in here anyway. That goes in there like that. No. And that goes in there like that. Good, that's how it's in. Take this. Now this right here is a fan. And then we just pop his head onto it. Pop his head onto south, not south, but east. Is it east or west? It's west. Yeah. It had a fan. These still worked as pinchers and stuff like that. Put that back down for a minute. There we go. There we go here. Now it looks better. We now had a different formation. This one was able to fight with a fan. Now we can go west. So let's see. Alright guys, so now we can go east. So we're gonna take off we're gonna do this. We're gonna take this fan back off. Take these swords off. Okay. Like that. Okay guys, take these down. Kind of difficult to work with one hand. Like that. And pop these guys on. And this one had different. This one was like that. That was your east combination. Now those pinchers could do some. Now those pinchers did some damage. Yeah. You know, these things are very nifty, but these have a lot of. These are old right here, so yeah. Now there was one last combination, and this was it. This was north. So now we need to bring in Octazord. This is the reason why on here. So we take these guys right here for north and flip his claws up like that. Come here to the Octazord. Take them apart. He breaks back down in 3. Like so. And now you'll take north. You take this. this peg right here in the chest. You take that. Plug it on. Like that. That. Okay. Now, come here, and this becomes take that. Lock the Octazord together like that. And I think let's see. How would you plug it in? Alright guys, so now here's your Claw Zord North. This is all together. You could mess around with it and put it on there, but it's a lot better to me. I think it would be a little bit more better to put it on here in his fist. That thing opens up. Yeah. He had a sword stuff on there. It was like a spear sword. Now this thing has a little bit more of a reason why it's like that. Now there was one more transformation that had these guys right here. The Clawzord, not the Clawzord, but the piece right there. They all had a different formation. Let's get the Clawzord. Let's get the Octazord off the Clawzord. Just pull it off. That. And like that. We're gonna come right here. And we're gonna take apart Octazord for a reason. We're gonna bring the Samurai Battle Wing Zord back in. This is why. So we're gonna do a cannon on top of it. So this would work as the base. Take this piece right here. And there's these two tabs that lock up on here. Like so. Now, if done right, we take Battlewing, bring him on here, and he's got these little ports right here on the piece. I believe set that Megazord on, set that piece on the cannon. Set it on there like normal. We can pop head in like this, and put the tiger head on there. Oh, I hate this. And then I believe you just put this right here. Yep. You just put the little tiger head right here. And this is like a little cannon. This is like a little cannon that goes on here. And for some reason, then the head goes somewhere. The Octazord head does. Give me a few minutes. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to do is this. We're just going to we just put the Octazord in front of here as a suspect. Put a piece right here. Okay. We can plug in the head. And then just put it like that. Put the little tiger head down on the bottom. That together. Now we had to have one more combination to this character. Bring our next part in. We're gonna move that out of the way. Yeah, the head likes to come off. Put that right there. Samurai Megazords and connected together. These two had to connect together. They'd come up here. We'll take the sword out of his hand. I think they gave each other a high five or something like that. Take that right there. Take his helmet off. Don't need it. Now we'll just take apart. We'll pull the legs off. Like that. Claw Battle Zord gets all taken off here like that too. Take those off. Pull his arms off. We're just disassembling this whole entire thing. Now we got a Claw Battle Zord all ruined up in parts. What would this do? Take these. Flip them over. Take the both legs, they fold together, they fold apart, and they get connected. Right? Like that. Plug both of these little ports together. Here we go. Both dragon and the bear, they're taken apart. Plug them in there. Plug those pieces because those little pieces got ports on the side. You want something like this. Now, check this out. We want this over here. We want to get the put the Octazord, put the little crest piece right there on the tail. Come up here to the Zord and fold it up where he's facing up with his legs. Take the Octazord body, connect it together. You should get it to click on like that. Like that. Put both his arms on like that. Okay. Here we go. Bring the swords back, bring the heads pieces back in, fold them up like swords. Plug them into his hands to get something like this. Now we got a Zord character that connects together like that. Come right here, and this thing has a very weak. This thing right here, there's a Megazord head in there. There's some little tabs right here, and there's some little eye clips in there. Just I did it right. Give me a minute. Like that. And then like that. And this is your next combination. Get a good look at this guy. Overall, not bad. Overall, not bad. Turn around. This was connected together like this. Not bad. This is the neck. This is the old thing. I'm finally... Whew. Let's take this apart again. Just give me a few minutes to take them apart. Tell you, this is these were very old combinations. These things. Take this together, put this apart, all of it. All of it. I'm just putting it back in Zord form. Let's move on to something that is a little dumb. This right here what made no sense to me in the series. Going down the series more, we had to have a clash. The red RPM Ranger had to pop up. And with that, brand new, another Zord coming out. This is the Shark Zord. Yeah. This thing was difficult. Yeah. It's one of those off gimmick handles. It was one of those off gimmick handles. If I remember. Yeah. Kind of a maroon color with some blue accents. It's got a helmet on there. It's just a sword. But I decided, hey, if it's going to be on there, I'm forgetting something. I'll be right back. Yeah, there was this right here was just another combination. This was just a buffer piece. Didn't do much. Just, the thing would go around and act like a little rubber band guy to eat. Now I remember why I forgot. But let's do the transformation. This is all it does. See these little legs that stick right there in the front? Take off Samurai Megazord's head. Pop the legs on. Like that. these connect together like so. And then you got a little handle inside this Shark Zord handle. Like that. Becomes a weapon. And finally, you take this little handle right here and you pop it on. And then you got the Samurai Shark Megazord, I believe that's what it's called. Just a lame little piece that they put out. Lame. You can, that's all you do is you press the button and the thing pops up forward. You can pretend this thing's flying around and going after. I just got it because it was there. Now, bringing this in, we're going to bring in something that was another little auxiliary sword. And this is what I forgot to show in the first part of the video. It's looks like a bug, but that's a stupid gimmick that they wanted. It's actually the light Zord. All we do to transform it is, we're not going to transform it right now. It starts as a pincher bug. A beetle that pinches. He's got these little stupid legs that pop up. Remember when I was looking for this guy, I had to put him up where kids couldn't get him. Got this little guy's a little beetle, and it looks like he prance around. He's gonna go bite people. That's the beetle form of him. This is the Megazord form. You take the legs off, like so. Take the legs off. Take this headpiece off, like so. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Pull these leg parts off. And he's got a little plug in there like so. Turn his head 360 degrees. Turn his head 380. And then we got a little mini light Zord. All he did was just shoot little disc out of there. Not much. Yeah. Pretty much yes. So with these guys, just a lot of guys that transformed. Now, with taking this off, putting this big guy back to taking this off finally, taking this little monstrosity off. We had to, with all these combinations, there's one more character. One more big thing. Before the last transformations. They had to bring something bigger and heftier. And also, we got the one and the only, the Zord. Yep. The Zord. this monstrosity. And it was like a carrier Zord. It was like a carrier Zord. So you could say you want to bring him into battle, so we pop him on the back, and he's riding him like a Centaurus. Not Centaurus, but a Hut character. Chariot. And it has a transformation. So to do that, we take his big gun off. Take his legs, his arms off. Come right here. Stand her up. Like so. Fold his cannons. These little black cannons go off. Put his gun inside his hand. We got Bullzord sitting right here. Yeah. So yeah. We got these big black. So let's get a good look at this guy. We've got some gold, some black, some red, some silver, some white, and so on. I spent weeks waiting for this guy to come into the mail. About a month and a half trying to find this guy. And the Japanese one was electronic. It means you would be able to put electronics right here in the middle. But it also had to do this. Big ol'. This combination was really huge back then. And you know Power Rangers, they always have to have an Ultrazord. But this one was called the Samurai Gigazord. And it had to be combined with all the characters. And they would look like this. Take the head, take his cannon off, his gun off. Like so. Put the gun aside. We're going to strip down. We're going to strip him down. We're going to strip his arms off. Strip his arms off. Like so. Strip his arms off. So he's a big piece. Pull this up. Pull the crest out. And then unlock these. Okay, he looks like this. Okay. Bring out. We're gonna come here to Samurai Megazord. We're gonna start stripping him apart. I want. Take Turtle off. I'm gonna now I can transform back into its turtle mode. Not its turtle mode, but its emblem mode. Now, we take Ape off of its form. Put it aside. Take the head off of the Samurai Megazord. Like so. Plug in both of the legs. Plug in the Turtle Zord and the character Zord inside. plug them in. Come here to Clawzord. We want to strip Clawzord apart. We're just breaking him down. He's broken down like so. Now take the legs and set them aside for the form. Like that. And where's the other leg? Like that. So now you want to take the legs from him apart. And flip it over here so you can see. We're going to pull that off. Pull that off. Connect these two pieces right here, like you did with the other Megazord. Put it in like that. Connect it like this. Connect it like that. We're almost done with the transformation. Right? Now, we're gonna come here to this, put this head back down, and so on. Now, lock it into place. Oh, let's see what it is. You gotta also, for it to be together, you also gotta pull the Bullzord up. That's why it looks a little wonky. Okay, it's big and goofy looking like this. I know it sounds boring, but you'll see why you do that. Set them aside. Connected together. Now we got that done. With that done, close up the head of him like that. Take both the claws together. Take both the claws like this. Connect them together in the back of the Bullzord. Like that. And like this. Like that. We're gonna come right here in the back of here, and we're gonna take apart. I'm gonna take this apart, bellowing. Take the head apart. Yeah. And this will lock into here, so we're gonna take the Tiger Zord, like so. Let's see. Pop it on like that. Now, there's a reason why they have this headpiece down here. Okay, if I do it right and I connect it right, I'm going to take the head off here for a second. I forgot to put something on. We're going to take the white Zord piece off. I see why it's not. And we're going to take this part right here. Lock it on. Got a little black piece missing. Okay. I'm gonna film this together. Alright. Alright. Now we got some going right here. I had to put that lock piece in there, or it wouldn't look right. We're almost done with this guy. Alright, guys. So now we're gonna come here and we're gonna take both of his hands. Not both of his hands. We're gonna bring in Samurai Bowwing. Samurai Bowwing we're gonna pull all the legs off of him. Everything. Except everything else except that. Now on the Bull Zord, he's got these little pegs that would lock in there. Here. So he's got little pegs right here. Like that. And you got this big monstrosity right here. I want it now. We're gonna come right here and we're gonna put his gun on. So come here to the gun. We're gonna one thing I forgot. Dang it. Came off again. There we go. One thing I forgot. We're going to put his We're gonna put his little crest. I'm just put his crest right here. Okay. Big old monstrosity right here. Like so. Now we're gonna plug that in. Get it all. There we go. Better. Now we can mess with his gun. Okay. These two discs right here that are on the side, the fire and the ice disc. The ice disc goes first. So. And then the other disc, the fire disc, goes first. There's a big port on the front of it. We'll plug that in first. Now we can come right here to his arms. Yeah. We're almost done with this guy. Alright guys, I had to pause the video. Let's come here to his fist. And let's put on there. Put every we're just gonna connect two of these. One of these. Another one of these. We want to have something that looks like this. And you can just plug these on you can plug these in the Octazord. Okay, like that. Like that. Like that. He's got his Octazord right there. Now, come right here, and we're gonna take this right here, pull that Megazord head back out, like so. Put it right there, and you're just gonna plug him back on. Right. Now, We're going to take take all of these together first. And in that port, we want to just plug it in. That came off. That. I gotta put that back on. And then on like that. Arrange his head. Put his head on there like that. Right. Oh. Right here. We need to put his... We need to take his swords, the lobster head, and just like so, there's two ports. Just plug it in there. It takes me a few seconds too, but it's gonna take me just a few seconds too. Like that. That. Now we take this right here. This goes on his chest, so like this. So then plug it on here. Put the sword into his hand, and then you can, just to do it, this needs one more piece right here. And then finally, we got the whole package. Golly. Samurai Megazord. Craziness looking thing. And then you can be done. You can have also right here. You can have the Shark Zord in here. You can bring in Light Zord in here. And get ready to fight. Thing is a monstrosity. I tell you, I spent time looking for these pieces, and I can't believe how well they've held up over the years. Yeah. Now I could have brought in the vehicles, but I don't want to. Those take more time in the video. This was a long video. So yeah. Turn around, let's see how big this thing is. In the show, it'd come driving all the way down, come driving to fight the enemy. This thing would be turning up here to fire, the sword would be slashing. Just a crazy, crazy thing. Not bad for a 10-year-old set. Not bad for almost a 10-year-old set. So this is just one thing that is Done. I'm glad this is over with. So yeah. A lot of old pictures. Old figures still become. Guess I'll put this back in my closet. And maybe I'll go down there another line. Probably bring the Megaforce stuff in. I still have that stuff and it's old vintage. The one thing I wish I had for this set was the action figures. But I never thought about getting the action figures.